Grizzly bear horribly mauled Michio Hoshino alive while camping. Welcome to this video about Michio Hoshino, a nature photographer whose passion for capturing the beauty of the natural world ultimately led to his untimely death. Michio's story is a powerful reminder of the need to respect and understand the creatures we share this planet with, especially those in the wild. Despite his years of experience, Michio underestimated the danger posed by bears and paid the ultimate price. In this video, we will explore Michio's life and legacy, as well as the lessons we can learn from his tragic story. Michio Hoshino was a passionate nature photographer who dedicated his life to capturing the beauty of the natural world. He gained a reputation as one of Japan's most talented nature photographers, particularly for his ability to capture the majesty of Alaskan wildlife. In 1996, Hoshino traveled to Kamchatka, Russia, to shoot a documentary about brown bears. Tragically, on the fourth day of filming, a large brown bear attacked and killed him, serving as a reminder of the inherent dangers of working in the wild. Despite the tragedy, Hoshino's legacy lives on through his remarkable body of work, which continues to inspire and awe viewers with its breathtaking images of the natural world. During a photography shoot, the crew had an incredible encounter with a male brown bear that was engrossed in fishing and unfazed by their presence. The crew captured stunning footage of the bear feasting on salmon just a few feet away, displaying its impressive strength and agility. The crew revisited the bear the following day and witnessed its relaxed demeanor, putting on a spectacular performance for the camera with an array of behaviors and actions, even catching and devouring large salmon in front of them. The crew felt incredibly fortunate to have witnessed such a remarkable scene, which would undoubtedly feature prominently in the final footage. During their expedition, the crew stumbled upon piles of feces and bear tracks, realizing they were hiking on a bear trail. However, they were disappointed to find that the big bear they had been filming was nowhere to be found when they arrived at its fishing spot. They acknowledged that presenting footage of the same bear doing the same activity repeatedly would not be engaging for their viewers, but they remained determined to capture unique shots of other wildlife. Despite their disappointment, the crew was grateful for the incredible experience they had already had and cherished the footage they had captured and the memories of their encounter with the big bear. Instead, the crew opted to film a family of young bears, or cubs, they stumbled upon during the afternoon. The crew wrapped up their filming for the day and returned to camp just before evening, walking down the hill toward the primary trail that led back to camp. Despite their efforts, they couldn't shake the feeling of disappointment about not capturing footage of the big bear fishing. Later, while the crew was preparing to retire for the night, they stumbled upon more bear feces in the vicinity of their camp. Upon closer inspection, they realized that these were the tracks of the large bear they had been tracking, and these tracks were now mixed with their own boot prints from their morning hike. The Russian guide who was leading the crew grew concerned for their safety and urged photographer Michio to sleep inside the cabin with the rest of the crew, as the presence of bear tracks around the camp suggested potential danger. Despite the guide's concern, Michio was an experienced photographer who had spent more than 2 decades filming and photographing bears and other wildlife. He preferred to sleep in his tent under the stars and declined the guide's offer. Acknowledging Michio's experience, the guide respected his decision, and the crew settled in for the night. Following dinner and conversation, Michio left the cabin to return to his tent, which was a short distance away. Michio took precautions to ensure that there was nothing in his tent that could attract bears, such as food or sweet-smelling items. He also did not bring any firearms or bear spray, feeling that there was no need for them since he was just going to be sleeping. As night fell, Michio positioned his sleeping bag under the tent window, allowing him to gaze at the stars and feel the fresh air on his face as he slept. He curled up in his sleeping bag of the shore of Lake Kirill, letting the calming sound of the water lapping against the shore soothe him to sleep. Before we move on to the unexpected attack, I would appreciate it if you would give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Let's move on to the unexpected attack. At approximately 4 o'clock in the morning, a terrifying and violent encounter took place in the wilderness. a massive bear, which had been previously observed by the crew, approached the tent of a man named Michio. Despite the watchful eye of the crew, the bear was not deterred and proceeded to sniff through the window of Michio's tent, where it detected the scent of the sleeping man. Without warning, the bear launched a savage attack on the unsuspecting photographer, biting him on the shoulder and swiping at him with his massive paws. The force of the bear's attack was so great that it tore apart the tent, causing Michio to be dragged out of his sleeping bag. Michio's screams of agony pierced the tranquility of the campsite and jolted his teammates out of their slumber. In a frantic panic, they immediately rushed to his aid, but they were powerless to stop the horrific event that was unfolding before them. The Russian guide and other members of the crew sprinted outside, only to be met with the nightmare of seeing Michio being dragged away by the bear into the dense woods. The crew was left in a state of shock and horror as they watched their friend and colleague being ruthlessly attacked and killed by the bear. The ferocity of the bear's attack was a brutal reminder of the untamed and unpredictable nature of the wilderness. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the crew was left traumatized, haunted by the vivid memories of the gruesome event that had taken place before their very eyes. The loss of Michio was a painful reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the wild and the need for vigilance and caution when venturing into such uncharted territories. Despite the heroic efforts of Michio's teammates, the ferocity of the bear was too great and they were unable to rescue him from the predator's deadly grasp. With heavy hearts and minds, the Russian guide and other members of the crew called for assistance from the authorities. Recovery teams were quickly dispatched to the site via helicopter to investigate the situation and bring some sense of closure to this tragedy. Upon arriving at the scene, the recovery teams discovered Michio's mutilated body, which had been partially consumed by the bear. The sight was a harrowing and emotional experience for everyone involved, with the reality of the situation hitting them hard. The bear was also found with remains in its stomach, confirming its guilt as the perpetrator of the vicious attack. In response to the attack, the authorities made the difficult decision to euthanize the bear immediately to prevent any further harm or attack on humans. Although it was a necessary action, it was still a difficult and emotional decision for all involved. The loss of Michio and the bear was a tragedy that could have been prevented, and it serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers that come with exploring the wilderness. Further investigations into the incident revealed that the bear had been stalking the crew for several days before the attack. This information only added to the already heightened sense of distress and disbelief among the crew and Michio's loved ones. In conclusion, this event was a sad and unfortunate reminder of the unpredictable and dangerous nature of the wild. It left the crew and Michio's loved ones deeply shaken, and it is a stark reminder of the need for caution and vigilance when exploring the wilderness. May Michio rest in peace, and may this tragedy serve as a reminder to all of us to respect and appreciate the untamed beauty of nature while also acknowledging the dangers it can pose. The news of Michio's passing has left a deep sense of sadness and loss among those who knew him, both personally and professionally. His contributions to the field of wildlife photography and videography were unmatched, and his dedication to capturing the beauty and majesty of the natural world was evident in his work. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Michio was a beloved family man and a kind-hearted soul who radiated positivity and warmth. He had a way of making everyone feel welcome and valued, and his passion for nature was contagious. His legacy will continue to inspire and motivate us, reminding us to never take the wonders of the natural world for granted. As we come to terms with the loss of this extraordinary individual, we must also reflect on the fragility of life and the importance of respecting nature. While we may never know the circumstances surrounding Michio's untimely passing, we must remember that the wilderness can be both awe-inspiring and unforgiving. It is our responsibility to approach nature with humility and respect, recognizing that we are guests in a world that is far more powerful than we are. Moving forward, let us honor Michio's memory by cherishing every moment we spend in nature, taking nothing for granted and treating every living creature with care and consideration. Let us strive to preserve the precious wildlife that Michio loved so dearly. working to ensure that future generations can experience the beauty and wonder of the natural world as he did. Though he may be gone, his spirit will live on in the work he created and the lives he touched. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey with our channel. We invite you to share your thoughts and memories of Michio in the comments below and show your support by hitting the like button.